Hi, everyone, and welcome to my talk. I'll talk about can AI make us smarter than cancer? A bit about myself. I'm an AI research scientist. I'm specialized in computer vision and image processing. Currently, I'm working at a medical tech company and trying to help medics with AI. Awesome. I'm going to make an introduction about how AI is revolutionizing cancer treatment, we should know, and also a question: would artificial intelligence help human to get a better knowledge about cancer? My answer, what I think, is yes. Let's look at this picture first. I tried to show how different we human are from each other. The differences we can see that we have in the matter of gender, race, skin color we have, the environment that we live and how it's impacting us. And also sometimes we hear that some people from a specific region of the world, they suffer more or less from a specific type of disease. This shows us that how the demographics impacting our health. Each one of us, if we have a different race, we live different, so our health would be impacted differently. But when it comes to medicine, when it comes to treatment in general, we look at the whole population base rather than looking at each individual. If you look at this figure, we can see that although people are different, but they all go through the same treatment as soon as medics, they classify them for a specific disease. And the truth is they get different responses from the same treatment. Due to our differences, we can expect that the treatment has different outcome for different individuals. But how if we are able to study each individual better, and with respect to their differences, we provide a specialized treatment for them. And instead of seeing no effect or even adverse cases, we can maximize the treatment for everyone. So this brings us to the concept of personalized medicine. Personalized medicine is a medical model that separates people into different groups with medical decisions, practices, interventions, and products being tailored to the individual patient. Based on their predicted response, personalized medicine can be used in different healthcare services, such as prevention, diagnosis, treatment. In prevention, we are targeting early detection of disease in patients at risk and improving preventive measures. In diagnosis, an accurate disease diagnosis is modeled for enabling individualized treatment strategy. And in treatment, personalized medicine is improving the outcomes of treatment through targeted treatments and reduced side effects. Now, let's see what are the benefits of personalized medicine. First, I'd say it would reduce trial and error based treatment decisions. It would bring down the burdens associated with the condition, both in terms of health and finance. Patient centric medication is done through the integration of multimodal data from an individual. More emphasis would be laid on preventive mode rather than the reactive mode in medicine, and reduction in time, cost associated with clinical trials, pharmaceutical. Okay, now let's see how can AI help us in this problem. AI has been explored and advanced in many fields. In medicine, also, there has been many different improvement with AI. But what we hope AI being used to help physicians identify and choose the right drugs, treatments for the right patients. With AI, we can make many medical related problems personalized. AI and big data can combine different information to improve the treatment. For example, for a medical doctor during radiotherapy, they only look at the specific sources of data. But if we look at this figure, we can see the amount of information we can obtain from an individual regarding their health comes from many different sources. So regardless of gathering the data, understanding them and putting them together is a very challenging task for us. Let's think how if we merge all of this information that we said it's difficult to gather them and to put them together, but we know like we have all this data and they're available. So we can, by merging them, we can obtain from an individual the information that leads us to the personalized diagnosis or medicine. For example, patients' genome data, their demographics, their medical history, the imaging scans, their lab tests, all of them together. Then we are able to go towards personalized medicine if we can merge all of this data together because we would understand the patients better. So merging data is difficult for us as humans, but AI can change the future of medical treatment as it has the ability to find the patterns among all these different type of data together. And this is the pattern that we are looking for to find out the right decision to make for that specific patient. So now let's look at the benefits and challenges of AI. As for benefits, I'd say that there is a scope of applying the algorithms of AI, machine learning in general, to the genomic data set so far, which would enable the delivery of personalized medicine better. The use of multimodal data helps in deeper analysis of large data sets, which improves the understanding of human health and disease by leaps and bounds. As machine learning is capable of identifying the hidden patterns of data, many future diseases can be prevented, and AI would reduce the burden on the healthcare systems, healthcare providers. For example, screening of various diseases such as lung cancer, COVID, heart disease, and so on. As for the challenges, the first would be the optimization of the application is required. And also the knowledge base of the stakeholders would involve physicians, laboratory technicians, data analysts, programmers, paramedical staff. So they have to increase their knowledge. Everyone needs to have a basic understanding of the concerned domains. So here, there are different ways to tackle medical problems using machine learning. Lots of the simplest way to tell you, like using classification, regression, clustering, and even reinforcement learning in recent years. And some of the Python libraries that just before to come to this one, and all of them, they've been investigated all the previous machine learning approaches that I said in healthcare. But in personalized medicine, they have been limited progress, but still they are. That I tell you about them now. Some of the Python libraries that currently people are using them to help personalizing medicine. Some of the basic one is like a scikit-learn. The other one, which is PyGeno Python package that pertains to precision medicine applications with a special focus on genomics. It is easy to use and has highly efficient memory. It has a fast framework that allows users to easily explore subject-specific genomes. An even more specific package was developed by Google, which is called Deep Variant. So deep variant is an analysis pipeline that uses a deep neural network to call genetic variants from next generation DNA sequencing data. I hope I was clear when I was talking about combining, merging different type of data which are available for a human. So let's look at this example. Let's say one of you know me. If you look at my picture, you can recognize that this is Roushanak. If I call you, you're not seeing me, I call you from an unknown number, by hearing my voice, you can still recognize it's me. But your brain is still compatible of detecting me because although one of the source of information is missing or it's, let's say, noisy or it's corrupted. So our human is able to improve this, for example, if we call it a classification task, and does this as good as like before, although if one of these sources of information is missing. But when it comes to AI, it's difficult, it's challenging. And the reason for that, because these different sources of data are different. They come from different sources, they are from different formats, and that's difficult. AI is with the hope of doing that, we can improve the quality of detection and finding the pattern. And that's why in case if, let's say, if someone has a cancer and their blood test is not showing it, but let's say their CT scan, their image scans is showing it. So AI would be able to find that. Or maybe if there is a pattern, but it's vague. Putting these vague patterns together would improve the quality of this detection, or let's say the classification tasks. I have done very nice research at my previous role in combining the CT images with the patient's demographic information for the purpose of early detection of lung cancer 10 years prior that they get cancer. So it was a really nice work. I really had challenges in merging that data together in the same network that I designed, and the pattern of this information were very weak, but putting them together was improving the quality. Decided to not put it in this presentation, but if you have any question, if you're in this field and you need my help, please reach out to me and I would be more than happy to tell you what I know. Also, the last slide, which is another example I wanted to show you that I found when I was doing the literature review, is when we apply the SNL model that combines the classifications from the rate. This is very simple, but we can see like putting these different two types of data, although they are still both image data, but they are very different, and combining them is very different. And putting them together would improve this prediction tasks that. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I'm happy to answer if any question you have.